So this is Amy Luby here, coming from Acronis. We are here with some of the greatest MSP minds in the channel, and we're going to talk about our annual Cyber Summit, which is coming up here next week, starting on the 19th of October. We are building and bringing some brand new fresh content to the channel. And we're all about how to build a bigger, better, stronger business. So I'm going to hand off and I'm going to let each one of you talk a little bit about your workshops and you know, why MSPs should join us here. So let's start off with you, Karl. Karl, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your workshop, and tell us what's the value of attending.
Alrighty, thank you. Well, I have built and sold a couple of managed service businesses in Sacramento, California, and I've written a bunch of books on managed services to help people out. And my session, I was really excited to get a 90-minute workshop where I could basically dig deeper than normal. And so I'm telling people to turn off their phones and their extra monitors and actually pay attention, because I want to give them enough information to be able to basically start the hard work of redoing their business model to say, look, who are the clients I want in 2021 and going forward? What are the cybersecurity services I want to sell? And then how do I put those two together? And so it's going to be literally like, how do I sell the new stuff to the new audience? And, you know, I'm putting together a little handout, kind of a workbook for people. So there will be homework, but that's the advantage of having a really small workshop in a really big conference.
Awesome. We're super excited, and thank you so much for giving us your time at the conference. We really appreciate it. So let's talk to Amy Babinchak. Amy, tell us about you and tell us about your workshop next week.
Well, I've owned an MSP for 20 years. And I love the little ad that you guys put together. We put next to my name, never obsolete, because that's like my personal motto. So, you totally nailed it. And that's actually what this workshop is going to be about. It is about making sure that your MSP is in the right place in order to take advantage of all the security opportunities. And so, kind of building on really what Karl was just talking about, we're gonna talk about sort of the nuts and bolts of educating your clients, educating your staff, building your stack out, figuring out what's important, and just making sure that you've got this right structure in your MSP so that you can be successful when you go forward with your new security model.
Awesome. This will be exciting. There is a lot new and a lot different. And I think one of the things about the channel, which is so interesting and fun, is that we're always changing. Technology is changing, but the model itself, we've got to evolve. So this is perfect, Amy, for what you're bringing to the table. All right, Erick Simpson, tell us about you and tell us about your workshop that you're bringing.
Hey, everybody. Erick Simpson. I launched one of the first pure play MSPs in the industry way back in 2005, subsequently acquired a couple of years later. And really, I've just devoted myself to helping partners make the best of their organizations, right? From operations, marketing, sales, service delivery, and having a great time doing it. So I'm really excited to participate in the conference because I'm going to talk about how to sell cybersecurity to the enterprise. You know, we talk a lot about bundling and pricing and consultative sales techniques, primarily for the mid or the small and medium business. But the sales process and the sales cycle and, the drivers are pretty different for enterprise sales. So I'm excited to bring some of that to the conference and in this workshop and really work with the attendees on honing their skills to move up market into some of those enterprise opportunities.
That's really interesting because traditionally, MSPs have kind of played in that SMB space, not necessarily upper mid-market or enterprise. So, unfortunately or fortunately, with how we've almost instantly gone remote now, This has opened up a huge opportunity for MSPs to speak to those mid-market IT departments who may or may not have been prepared to go remote, to manage their staff remotely, and to manage these remote environments. So that'll be super awesome and timely. All right, Rayanne, let's hear about you. We're going to dig deep into the finances of an MSP model. So tell us about that.
Thanks, Amy. So I own ABC Solutions. We're a full service accounting firm in Clearwater, Florida, and we specialize in working with MSPs around the US and Canada, helping to maintain their finances, understand their metrics, their KPIs. So what we're really going to do at my workshop, and I was really excited to be offered the ability to spend some extra time to really dive in with some of the MSPs. And what we're going to do is really dive in and take a look at the setup of your accounting system and make sure that you know what you're measuring, how to measure it, and really understand the KPIs. So, while everybody else here is talking about the business of IT, I'm talking about the business of being in business. And so without the knowledge or the ability to run your own business, you may not be able to have all of the opportunities afforded to you in the IT.
That's perfect. I know that stumps a lot of us, and there's nuances there. So thank you for that. It'll be a really good one. All right. So last but not least, how about that, is Dave Sobel. So Dave, you're bringing MSP Radio to the Acronis Cyber Summit. Isn't that correct?
I am. So I'm a former MSP myself, did that for about a decade. And then I ran a couple of channel programs people may have heard of for some large vendors over time, build up some communities as a vendor channel chief. And I left about a year ago to be an independent analyst. So I'm bringing the Why Do We Care piece from my daily Business of Tech podcast into the Cyber Summit News Live. So over the course of the day, we're going to be talking about some of the summaries and piece, and I'm going to be delivering those insights in Why Do We Care from some of the data analysis and pull out some of the nuggets of data from each of the presentations, as well as my industry perspective to give people some actionable pieces to work on in their business.
All right, this will be exciting. So overall, Summit is all about building a bigger, better, stronger MSP business. We've got some of the greatest minds ever, really, in the channel to come deliver that content. It's all new. It's all exclusive for you. And just to reiterate, these workshops are being run live. So all of the folks here, Eric, Karl, Rayanne, Dave, Amy, all live. So you get to interact in real time with these folks, ask the questions that you've always been wanting to ask, and get real feedback from real peers on what's working and what's not working. We also have the IT Channel Lounge, and all of us will be in it as well. So not only interact during the formal workshops, but also just kind of kick back and relax in the lounge a little bit where you can talk shop, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I want to thank you guys so much for doing this. I think this will be a special event. Don't forget to register for free at acronis.events/summit 2020.